So, understanding assumption questions can help you anytime that you're in a disagreement in the workplace. Anytime people start to disagree, they will start making assumptions and they will start making assumption questions. And so, it's very common for people to fall into the assumption trap and then it starts turning into a back and forth. So, what is an assumption question? So, an assumption question sounds something like this. Oh, so what you're saying is that I have to do this? Or, so you're saying this? So you don't really think that's a good idea, do you? Notice that every single one of those questions starts off with so and makes an assumption of what the other person's motive is. And naturally, anytime someone makes an assumption about us, we jump into defense mode. And so it starts becoming a back and forth. So a better way to respond anytime someone makes an assumption question, so let's say, for example, the assumption question is, oh, so what you're saying is this? You could just say, no, that's not what I'm saying, but tell me what you heard. I want to understand where the disagreement is. Like that, you've shifted the burden back to them so they're able to respond instead of having the need to defend yourself when you've already said what it is what you needed to say. Now, let's say the assumption question is, oh, so you didn't really think that that was a good idea, did you? You could just say, well, what do you mean? Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you thought about the idea. Again, notice you're shifting the burden back on them versus having the need to defend yourself. And like I said, I learned the art, if you will, of these assumption questions with the attorneys that I work with. So obviously, if you guys don't know, I have been doing HR now for over 10 years. And so I do work alongside of the attorneys because we have to deal with litigation. And the attorneys are very good at these assumption questions. And it's not surprising that people fall into the trap of this question. But what I've also realized about assumption questions is that in everyday common arguments, people will make this, especially in the workplace. And instead of solving issues, they just get into a back and forth, and then both parties end up leaving the situation more frustrated than what they started.